Hello and welcome to the next video of my LCS Spring 2023 preview series. We're going to cover Dignitas, which is the oldest team thus far in the four major regions. I think it is going to, well, our Weibo might be able to compete with it, but it's old. It's 25.1 years old. Last year, Dignitas went 13-25 at the LCS level. Their academy team went 12, 14, and 10. They made a lot of moves. 4 out of the 5, actually all 5 of these players were not the starters in summer. Everybody has been swapped out from the beginning of summer 2022. So in top lane, Gamsu I think is in an ERL team now. So they bought out Armit from Mad Lions. Jungle XU is back in academy, which we'll get into. Santorin's come over from Team Liquid. Jensen from Cloud9 is the mid laner. Blue, I don't know where Blue went. I think he might have went to an ERL also. Spawn is the starter. He was the starter at the end of the split in summer. Neo is now TSM's AD carry. And then Biofrost is in a... Just one second, making sure it's on screen. Got to make sure I'm recording here. I don't edit out stuff if you're new to the channel. Unless I have to. Biofrost now has competition from Ignar from Immortals. So the coach is Enetron. Enetron is 21-35 in major regions as a head coach. They have coached in Turkey as well. Quite a few splits went to Worlds. But otherwise this is their record. They coached Dig last year and they were coach on Misfits for a split in EU. So Armit at 24 years old, struggled in the LEC. He was average. A lot of people give him heat. But I think he's average in the LEC. What does that mean in the LCS? Probably above average. So Armit should be fine at 24 years old. Put up a 3.6 KDA, 8.1 CS per minute, 56.9 KP. Epitome of average. 495 damage per minute, 24/7 damage share, 22 gold share, 4 solo kills in 18 games played, 9 champions, Gwen, GP, and Ornn. So he can play pretty much anything up there. We saw a lot of Gnar. You give him a lot of Gnarmit and things like that. But actually, Gnar was not one of his most played champions. I feel like it's going to end up being wrong. For some reason, I didn't write down Gnar. It must not be the case, or I don't know what I'm doing. Gonna double check. It's funny, I said I wasn't gonna edit the videos, and I just edited the video. So I didn't change the board though. Gnar was only picked twice. Ornn was picked twice as well, but I put Ornn up there because he went 2-0 on Ornn, so it was his best champion. They played twice, so really he didn't play Gnar all that much. So the nickname kind of goes out the window in summer. Hoon is now the backup. Hoon played a few games at the LCS level last year. 23 years old, put up a 2 KDA, 8.1 CS per minute, 50.8 KP in academy. That is below average, so he stinks. 641 damage per minute. That's a high damage per minute. That I'll give him credit for. 25.5 damage share, so he definitely punches up in top lane and makes, things a little bit chaotic. 22-1 gold share, 4 solo kills in 12 games. Played 7 champions, Gnar, Jace, and Sejuani. Jungler, Santorin. A lot of people really like Santorin. I think he's in that tier of junglers with Spica, Blabber, Closer. He was 25 years old, put up a 5.4 KDA, 5.1 CS per minute, 69 KP. A little bit below average in both. We think about how I've referenced Bjergsen with the 100 Thieves video, that KP with Team Liquid is a little bit sus because the team played in a way that really was rather slow. Just one second. This, of course, the damn video that I said I wasn't going to edit out, I've had to split twice. But, like I was saying, Team Liquid played a very slow game that resulted in them fighting a lot around Bjergsen when he chose to fight. Now, Santorin, not as involved as the other players on Team Liquid when it came to KP, which is weird. His farm was a little bit behind, but it felt like he was the most consistent player in the split. So it's definitely something where you look at the numbers and you're like, okay, numbers say one thing, but our eyes say something else. 270 damage per minute, 12.2 damage share, 17.5 gold share, no solo kills, 7 champions in 18 games. Wukong, Volibear and Trundle. Yes, a Volibear enjoyer. Not many of those in summer. XU is the backup. At 21 years old, put up a 3.3 KDA, 5.4 CS per minute, 69.9 KP in Academy. I don't think he's putting pressure on Santorin anytime soon. 332 damage per minute, 13.7 damage share, 18.7 gold share, 2 solo kills in 32 games, only played 6 champions, which is a rather small champion puddle. Viego, Wukong, Lee Sin being his most played, so I will say that is a little bit concerning having a champion puddle like that. And, you know, the numbers aren't that great in the first place. So the foundational champions you're playing are not, you know, being excelled at. Mid lane, Jensen at 27 years old still was dominant in the mid lane in the LCS. Put up a 4.5 KDA, 8.8 CS per minute, 67.5 KP. So 2 out of every 3 kills he was involved with Cloud9. Winning his lane more often than not. He is definitely on the older end of things. 550 damage per minute, 25.1 damage share, 22.4 gold share, 5 solo kills, 19 games played, 11 champions. Azir and LeBlanc being the only champions he played more than twice. So Jensen playing a lot of different stuff. At his age, it would make sense that he has a champion Ocean. He should be able to play anything. Obviously, not everything can be played at the same level, but he should have a champion for each situation. And can provide some pizzazz in draft and fill out draft if necessary. Insanity is the backup at 23 years old, put up a 3.3 KDA, 8 CS per minute, 67.2 KP. Not very good numbers. A lot of damage though, 743 damage per minute, which led the team. Put up a 30.7 damage share, so he was the carry when it came to damage, trying to fight a lot instead of farming. Excuse me, I'm still sick. Who would have thought? 30.7 damage share, so he leads the team in damage. He's dealing the most damage. He's not farming as much. 22.3 damage share, 16 solo kills in 36 games, so he's aggressive. 14 champions played. Azir, Swain, and Sylas being his most played. In bot lane, you have Spawn, who frankly, I think Spawn is not the play. But nevertheless, at 24 years old, these numbers are from Academy. And there is a caveat to them. So he put up a 5.9 KDA, 7.6 CS per minute, 71.2 KP, 619 damage per minute, 25.8 damage share. Hence why Insanity is the damage carry, or really the carry for the team, making the most happen and doing the most work. Spawn playing a lot of Senna caused this to occur. At 23.2 gold share, 3 solo kills, 26 games played, 9 champions, Lucian, Senna, and Kalista. So Senna obviously playing a big role in these numbers. I thought Spawn played okay with Dignitas when he played in the limited time. He played, I think, 9 games where XU and Hoon played 7. Spawn definitely played passively. I think he was a KDA player, if I recall correctly. And it was kind of just that. Like, he was a KDA player. I think he didn't want to screw up. He finally had an opportunity, didn't want to screw up, which is going to be a thing. At 24 years old, he knows this is probably his only shot. And with Tomo behind him at 21 years old, I don't think Tomo's really putting a lot of pressure on him. But, I mean, given that this team made a lot of moves in summer, during the split and then after it, I would say that nobody's job is probably safe given the thought processes from the coaching staff historically. Put up a 3.4 KDA, 8.5 CS per minute, 60 KP, 663 damage per minute, 26.8 damage share, 23.1 gold share, 5 kills in 36 games, played 9 champions. I believe he was with EG or FlyQuest. Aphelios, Jinx, and Lucian being Tomo's most played champions. So we'll see how he does. Being alongside a older support in Diamond may help him develop. This team is just old in general. Like Tomo and XU are the only young players on this team. Support, Ignar, 26 years old, put up a 2 KDA, which isn't great. 69.4 KP, which isn't great. 265 vision score per minute, 0.34 wards cleared a minute. 10 champions, 18 games, Nautilus, Amumu, and Lulu. Ignar can play a lot of different stuff. He's kicked around multiple regions over his career. We think about his days with FlyQuest. People think about his days, I believe, with Misfits. But recent history, FlyQuest and their Worlds run with Santorin and PoE, where they were like a roaming wrecking crew that allowed them to be able to be competitive against some of the top teams in the world at the international event and on their way to that event in the LCS. So theoretically, could they do that with this team? Maybe Santorin and Ignar and Jensen can be that PoE in there. I mean, that's like a reach. I think a lot of people think of high expectations for Dignitas. I think that they're at the same tier as 100 Thieves. Biofrost is still under contract at 26 years old, put up a 3-1 KDA, 71 3 KP, 253 vision score per minute. Would also clear 1 ward every 3 minutes, 10 champions in 18 games. Tom Kench, Nami, Lulu. I think Bio and Ignar. I mean, Bio plays a different game than Ignar. Statistically had a better year than Ignar. But I think it's kind of a pick your poison situation. I don't think either are overly great, but Ignar provides that factor that he played with Santorin before and had a lot of success doing it. Diamond at 26 years old is going to play for Academy, so they have 3 supports that are over 25. Not thinking about the future, Dignitas. Some people might cite money as a thing, but I would imagine that you could probably get a 19-year-old for cheaper than a 26-year-old, but who knows? It's a tough call. 28 KDA, 63 8 KP, 232 vision score per minute, 0.29 cleared wards a minute, 15 champions in 36 games. Tom Kench, Renata, Nautilus. I doubt Diamond puts pressure on Ignar or Biofrost, but maybe. Dig really is a team that like I said, I have at the 100 Thieves level. This is an old team, experienced team. It's average. It's average. And if Spawn can play average, it may be above average. Jensen is a good mid laner still at his age. Santorin's a good jungler. Armit's going to be above average at worst. Support, average to above average. I mean, that's just kind of it. This is the epitome of average. So comment down below with your opinion on Dignitas. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube member. And thank you for watching.